Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to check in as I give more updates on my book. First of all, I wanted to thank all of my friends and family who have been uber supportive lately. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback for those who already received my book. If you pre-ordered from Amazon or Barnes and Noble, more than likely the book hasn't shipped. But if you purchase directly from my website on my bookshop page, then your book will ship way before the publishing date. So my website is www.sharmesemowens.com. And the reason why I wanted to go live was just so that I can kind of give a little bit more information about my book. The reason why I wrote my book was because in 2011 I was doing my practicum at Glen Hills Middle, and I was teaching the sixth graders. And it's so weird because being from South Central and being in Richmond County, it's kind of comparable, the same thing. So I felt like I was around people just like the people that I grew up with. And I kind of took an approach like, I wish that I could tell them these things. So in addition to wanting to share my lessons learned, my book is literally for the kids that I taught at Glen Hills Middle that just started their senior year yesterday. So that's pretty much where I got the idea to start writing my book in 2011. Um, Two people that are very important in my life that decided to read my book are my parents, my mom and my dad. And I got some really interesting reviews that I wanted to share with you all. My dad read my introduction, and it kind of shared a lot of information as far as me addressing my readers so that they can understand exactly where I come from. I feel like you are a product of your environment. And for me, I'm a product of South Central. Both my parents are from Compton and they have a past. Anybody who knows me knows I'll tell you about them. So my dad kind of just asked like why I would put that information out, and I told him because I felt like I had every excuse possible not to be a success or not to move forward with my dreams. Statistically, I could have just sat and did nothing, but I opted not to. So when my dad mentioned me putting a lot of information out there, I just told him how I was feeling, and it kind of gave him a better understanding. My mom actually finished most of my book, and she was talking to me about my last chapter, which is called Point of Failure. And we pretty much just discussed how she prevented me from being prolonged adolescence. She was asking me if I genuinely felt a certain way about the things that I mentioned in my book. So I feel, again, with just no excuses. I did not go back to LA. I just ended up in Georgia and just kind of figured things out on my own because of my mom. So I was really excited that I got to share the experience with both my parents and got to hear their feedback. The purpose of my book is because I'm a first generation college student and I wanted to share as much information or give those who don't necessarily have one in their family, just a heads up about all the things that you may or may not experience while you're in college. Being a college student can be very stressful at times, and when it's your first time, there's really no instructor guide. So my book provides a lot of firsthand experience, a lot of tips, a lot of shortcuts, and my favorite part is the motivational quotes that I have. I had so many of my friends and my family members and my colleagues give really great advice, and some of it's funny, a lot of it's very inspiring. It's a really great time. So I hope that you all will take a moment to go and check my website or go on Barnes and Noble or Amazon or any of the other vendors and just take a moment to learn a little bit more about my book. And if you find that someone could use this information, just go ahead and recommend it. Again, my book is Things I Wish Someone Had Told Me Before I Started College, and the publishing date is on August 8th. Thank you, guys.